I started really getting into Riot Grrrl and a lot of heavier music when during the pandemic. I just turned 21, and you know, quarantine kind of gave everybody a lot of time to figure out the thing that they're interested in. I've been really interested in being a musician. I always wanted to be in a band, but I was very, very shy. So I finally got to that point where I was like, oh, this is what I actually like to do. So that kind of happened with me. I don't really see another option for me than to be in a space like this. So that's my main drive is I just love Riot Grrrl. I love the scene.
So when I was a kid, I was really hyper fixated on Guitar Hero. And that didn't really change since I became an adult. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like my ADHD hyper focus on stuff. A big part of it too is that like my family listened to a lot of country, which I wasn't a huge fan of. So when I was like listening to the songs of Guitar Hero, I was like, okay, this shit fucks. It's so cool. It's so badass. Like, had the anger, had the raw energy in there. So I thought that was really sick. I've been playing the guitar since COVID. So that's like what, 2020? Yeah, 2020. I started playing the guitar then because I had nothing better to do. And I just got really hyper focused and I had a passion behind it. So that's when I started playing guitar.
I started playing music in college, going to App State like pretty immediately freshman year. I like was introduced to the house show scene. I don't know, I really loved going to the shows and I was very inspired by it. So I was like, you know, why not try to learn it myself? Started playing guitar and like starting teaching myself how to play guitar. And then eventually I got a bass because I thought that would be kind of cool, and I ended up liking that a lot more. I've always been into, you know, rock and metal and music like that. A lot of the music that I really like and Riot Grrrl music that I like, I got kind of from my dad, like at a young age. Like he was really into old like 90s music, and my mom too. Like they're huge like music fans. So like I would just had like my old iPod that had like just my mom and dad's like music library, and it had a lot of like, you know, a lot of bands from the 90s.
Yeah, I think Bikini Kill will always like, and there's like Bikini Kill, like Slut, Ever, Mommy Long Legs, even just like in the very beginning, like Joan Jett, obviously. Those are very iconic.
Kathleen Hanna, obviously, her belting is something that I used to practice in the car all the time.
Some of my favorite like female artists, like I really like the band Amyl and the Sniffers, and that's not an all-girl band, but it's female-led, and that's one of my heavy inspirations, especially with music writing, and just watching her perform, huge inspiration for me. I always really like Hole. I feel like Hole got me into a lot of the like grunge and like female fronted bands and stuff like that. I really love those songs. And then like, you know, of course, Bikini Kill, Mannequin Pussy is another one.
Mannequin Pussy! I love Mannequin Pussy, the band. I love Missy from Mannequin Pussy, the lead vocalist. She's inspired me in so many different ways. And I also love how the first album that Mannequin Pussy really put out that kind of like set them like on the ground running was when they were like 27, I think. Missy always talks about how like the best art that you have has not even been put out yet. Like the older you get, I mean, obviously the more emotionally intelligent you get, the better at art you get, and so it's really exciting, I think, getting older and being able to put out more art. So yeah, I love Mannequin Pussy.
I think that's also kind of the message of like the Riot Grrrl is like, you can do whatever you want. You can, you know, be a girl, be a femme person, and like do those things and do whatever you want and be inspired by I was inspired by other girls or other female musicians that I saw and female bands, and I did it, and you can do it too. I don't know, it's like, I've had people come up to me, I'm sure you have too, of like people being like, oh, like I've like always thought about playing like guitar or playing bass or whatever, and like, but I don't know, and I'm like, well, you can't, because I started doing it like 3 years ago, and like now we're doing this, so
Yes.
I just want to see more of that.
They're like, yeah, I'd love to be in a band, but I'm like,
You can do it.
Why can't
And there's other
you?
girls out there that would do it with you.
Yeah. I know when the Riot Grrrl movement first like officially started was maybe in the very early 90s, late 80s kind of, with in like somewhere in Washington, and I know that it did kind of start with a bunch of straight white girls, which is like, it's how most feminist movements have started. And I've watched so many documentaries, and even back then I know there were a lot of women of color in the scene who had been interviewed and been like, yeah, I love this community so much, yeah, like sometimes it's still really hard for me to be part of. I don't feel like I still even fit here, even in this place where I'm supposed to fit the most. So I really love how it's blossomed into this, and I hope it keeps becoming more inclusive. Yeah, we really encourage a safe space at our shows, and something that I really like about the community that we're in is it's very like aggressively inclusive, because we want everybody at our shows to feel safe. We work really hard to try and promote that kind of inclusivity. Yeah.
It's not as white or like just cis white women in the scene anymore. There's a lot of, like, I think, because like I know a lot, it used to be very turfy, you know, back in the 90s and everything when a lot of things were starting. So the fact that it's more inclusive in that there's a lot of, you know, non-binary people, a lot of trans people that are also in the scene, which make it extremely important. So I think that there is actual like inclusivity, and you're actually seeing more of a variety in the scene.
I was going into my junior year of high school when gay marriage became legalized. I knew I was gay well before that. So, like the fear of rejection, maybe it's the fear of rejection from your friends.
I mean, I digress, but you get the idea. I'm from Palestine, so. And if you disagree, I mean, you can just get absolutely fucked.
We played recently for Okeechobee Beaver. That was like the first time I've seen that many like Asian like women in a space together creating something that was so fucking sick, and they're like a Japanese Riot Grrrl band too.
We're pretty lucky that the day and age we live in, we have such a like welcoming community, and there's so many people, and like it's such an established community that for the most part it is really supportive. I hope that we do inspire people and continue to inspire people to do that, like especially myself, like, you know, I hope we do inspire young girls to get out there and pick up instruments, as well as, you know, older girls as well. Like even if you are like 20, 23, 25, like I don't know, you can start whenever.
Yeah. What will we see if we go to the concert? Like,
Oh yeah.
what do you think you're going to be bringing to the table?
Okay, yeah. Every single person that I have literally met, like every single day, whether it's a stranger or wherever I go and I get to talk about the music, I'm like, come to our show. I don't know, I can't really say what's gonna happen until it happens, but I just feel like it's gonna be a little bit, it's gonna be a movie, like, you know, but it's just gonna be, I feel like, really crazy.